I am back home after my Alaska vacation. I've printed off some pictures that I took on the trip. I also took a lot of videos, so I'm gonna make a vlog. Hopefully that'll be up within the next week or two. I collected a bunch of stuff to put into my journals, but I didn't do any crafting on the trip. Like, I had my whole kit ready to go. I think I shared what I brought over on Patreon and how I set everything up, but I ended up just relaxing and enjoying the cruise and didn't really have that much time to travel journal. So here's my little suitcase, and it has this front zip pocket, and I just shoved everything I collected from all the ports, all of the mail that you get every single day on the cruise. Seriously, I collected so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I even found a key. I collected everything on this trip. Pamphlets, tickets, boarding passes, wrappers, everything I could get my hands on. And on a 7-week cruise, that was a lot of stuff. So I started organizing it, but I kind of just eventually went for it. There was too much stuff, and I was like, I'm never gonna organize it. I just need to go for it. So I didn't really care if everything was exactly in chronological order or all put together in the same spot. As long as it's in the same journal, I'm good with it. I'm not too particular about being chronological or everything going together. I just want all the memories in there. So the first page, I don't like taking up a full page with just like a pamphlet or something. So I found these 2 pamphlets, and I'm just gluing them back to back so I can tape them in and make my own page. And this was a page from the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show, which is actually really fun. It's one of the things we did while we were in Ketchikan, and I wasn't looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be kind of touristy, but it actually ended up being really fun. It was touristy and very rainy, but it was cool, and the lumberjacks were, of course, handsome, and they made the show really fun. So I enjoyed that, and so I wanted to include it in my travel journal. So I just taped it to the back of the Ketchikan port map. I got a bunch of the port maps in one of the pamphlets, and it was perfect. So I ripped them all out, and since we pretty much stayed in port, we're only off the cruise boat for a few hours at a time. So we didn't have much time to explore in a lot of the ports, except for Juneau. But I'll get to that a little bit later. I think I started off with my little tickets, or my little pieces of ephemera that I got on the plane. Our Delta flight was the smallest plane I think I've ever been on. It was 2 seats, aisle 2 seats, and my boyfriend and I got there just in time. We were the last ones, the last 2 seats to board, and after us, they were still trying to get more people on. They overbooked the flight. I think somebody was standing or sitting in the back. It was overbooked, so we barely got our seats, and it was a very small little airplane. So at least we got cookies and coffee, and we made it on time. We got our seats and our tickets. Everything was all good. Everything's all good, when you're going on vacation. You can't be mad. You just got to keep going with the flow. So I took one little selfie before we got to the airport. Driving early morning, the sunrise was really beautiful. I think I might have, I definitely have videos. I'm gonna do a whole vlog about my trip. Maybe next week. I have a lot of videos and stuff that I need to go through and edit, so it may take a little bit longer. But if you guys want to see that, please make sure you're subscribed. I may even give a little sneak peek on Patreon. But in this video, I'm just gonna keep going. I really like that Sasquatch. I used to be so scared of Bigfoot and Sasquatch, but now I seriously have no fears. My only fear is going to the dentist, which I had to do recently. So sorry if I have a little bit of a lisp. I had a tooth extracted yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yesterday. So I'm still a little bit sore. But I wanted to do this voiceover and get this travel journal up because I enjoyed my trip so much. I had so much fun. Oh my goodness, this Ducks Unlimited sticker was on our suitcase. We were unpacking in our stateroom on the cruise, and we noticed that there was a random sticker on there, which kind of freaked us out. We didn't know if it was like a tracking thing, some sort of mark. I don't know. It creeped us out, so we immediately took it off, but I saved the sticker because I thought it was a good memory and I love stickers. So I slapped it on the front of my traveler's notebook, and that's like all, I think. Brain fart. I'm sorry. I was looking at that Devil's Club sticker. That was one of the breweries that we went to in one of the ports. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I think it was Juneau. We took this cool tour of this lodge, and one of the guides explained what the Devil's Club plant is, and so when we got back to town, we decided to check out this Devil's Club brewery, and it was really cool. It was really fun, so I had to get a sticker. I got lots of stickers in the ports, any place that I could. I picked up pamphlets, everything, seriously. I collected everything, and it's all just going in this journal. I even printed off some pictures. I didn't take that many pictures just because I knew I was going to be collecting the pamphlets, and they have professional photos and professional photographers taking these photos in these pamphlets, so they're beautiful. They're better than anything I could take on my cell phone. So mainly I just vlogged and took videos, but I did take a few selfies here and there. I had to take a selfie with Sasquatch, and then of course a lot of pictures with my man, because it was just so much fun. It definitely kind of like put a little bit of a spark back in our relationship. We were having a bit of a rough patch, I think right before we left. I'm just spilling the tea all over the internet, y'all. We're like, we should work this out before we're stuck on a boat for a week with each other, and I definitely think this cruise helped. So I think if you are looking to do something fun and romantic with your significant other, I would suggest a cruise. We kind of went with our whole family and some friends. There's a few pictures of them here and there. It was really, really awesome. I would definitely suggest it. It's not a cheap vacation at all. A cruise is a bit expensive, and in my opinion, it's worth it. I had so much fun, even though it was a little bit cold and definitely rainy in Ketchikan. We got soaked, and I was wearing jeans, and they were just like stuck to my body. But I still had lots of fun. We visited Creek Street and just did a lot of things in town in Ketchikan other than the lumberjack show, because we were only there for a short while. And I got all my tourist shopping done in the first port. I got some postcards for my mixed media ladies, and I'm gonna bring them a bunch of the ephemera and like stuff that I didn't cut up for this video in this journal to see if they want to journal with it also. But like I said, I collected everything. There's still a big pile of stuff on my desk, a huge cruise pamphlet. I was amazed by how much paper and like information that they give you on the cruise ship. We got at least like 5 or 10 pieces of paper a day, and I think after the whole thing I probably ended up with like a ream of paper worth of ephemera and stuff that I collected on this trip, like pamphlets, tickets, boarding passes, maps, blah 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 blah, all the stuffs. So I kept it kind of simple, and I just put all my travel journaling stuff in there with some pictures and pamphlets. These butterflies are cut out of a butterfly and moth book, like a kind of field guide or like textbook or brain fart. But I just cut them out of a book, and I love them. I have a few butterfly tattoos, so I love adding butterflies to my journals and to everything. This is one of the pictures from like the cruise that they take of you. They have photographers on board and at all the ports, so you can get like professional photos done. And it's really nice, especially on the formal nights. This is one of the pictures from Tracy Arm Fjords that it's very early. We got up just to see some icebergs. We didn't really see that much, and we didn't see any wildlife. It was such a bummer. I was hoping to see maybe some bears or a moose or something on this trip, but no luck. We saw lots of dolphins from the boat and a few bald eagles, which was really cool. I saw some whales, like spurts or mist. I don't know what it's called, but like their blowhole water. But we didn't really see any whales jumping, which is kind of a bummer, but oh well. For this one, I don't know why I layered so many pictures on there. They're all from different things. I could have spread these out over a few pages, but they all kind of fit together. So that's how I work. I just find pieces that fit in the spot and I'll put it there that match with my colors and that I like. So I put a few of these pictures on there. One of them was from the plane. We took a seaplane ride over the glaciers to Taku Glacier Lodge. That's that pamphlet on the left-hand side. We took a seaplane over the glaciers to the lodge and had a feast. It was amazing. And then we took the seaplane back to Juneau. It was awesome. We embarked. I'm not sure. We got on the boat in Seattle. So that was kind of fun. We flew from Sacramento to Seattle, and then we boarded our SURPRZ cruise for Alaska, and it was so much fun. The shuttle, it was totally a joke. I would suggest not taking the cruise shuttle if you are cruising sometime in the future. I'm not sure. Maybe I can do like a cruise hacks or stuff. This is only my second cruise, but I feel like I have learned some tips and tricks along the way. So, like I was saying, don't take the shuttle if you have other transportation options. And my original point was we got to drive right past the Space Needle, which was so cool. I've never been to Seattle, so it was really fun to see the city. It is all brand new. I was surprised. It's a beautiful city. Every single building looks brand new, and it's all high-rises and condos. It's kind of like San Francisco almost. That's the kind of vibe that I got. But it was beautiful in Seattle both days that we were there, so we were really lucky that we got to drive past the Space Needle. It was so much fun. I can't wait to go back. I added some little map scrapbooking paper with some scraps and this little drink die cut. That's from one of the SURPRZ sticker kits. I'll have as much as I can linked in the description bar, but a lot of this stuff is collected from my trip, and I think that's kind of the best, I don't know, for a travel journal. This sticker sheet that I use a lot, I've been waiting for summer to use this. I think I got it either at the dollar store or at the Target dollar spot. But that's one of the only, I don't know, supplies that I pull for constantly. The rest is mainly ephemera that I collected on the trip, and photos. So these are two kind of very different photos, but they're both on the cruise ship. The top one, my boyfriend and I are just lounging on the lounge chairs, watching the beautiful Alaska mountains go by. We had perfect weather in Skagway, I believe this was. So after we got back on the boat, we just relaxed, and it was gorgeous. I think we had some drinks, and we just chilled on the lounge chairs for a while. And then on the bottom, this is the only photo my boyfriend took of me. He doesn't take that many photos. And as like a vlogger or somebody who's like always taking pictures or videos, it's so weird to me. And I was just very fortunate to have this picture, and it turned out kind of cute, even though it's probably like 6 a.m. And I have no makeup on. I am covered in the Alaskan mist. It's just not the most pretty picture, but I think it turned out cute. And I have the Star Princess cruise map, which I probably should have kept on me because I was totally lost on this boat. the whole time. I never got my bearings. The last cruise that I did, I was able to kind of navigate my way a little bit. This one, I was totally lost. Left was right, up was down. I did not know where I was going. It was, I don't know. It was probably just me, and I got very seasick our first day, which I've never been seasick before, so it was an adventure. After, I think this is Skagway, we did the White Pass Yukon route train ride. I think that's like the main thing to do in Skagway is to take the train, and I was not disappointed. It was so beautiful. You're pretty much like on these cliffs, and our car, you're able to kind of stand out on the front part of the car, so you can either sit inside and watch this beautiful sunrise or the beautiful scenery just whoosh past, and there's waterfalls and cliffs and mountains. It's gorgeous, and they have all the history of like Alaska, the settlers, which is just insane. I cannot imagine going to Alaska and being like a pioneer. You had to be tough, and I'm not that tough. But like I was saying, in our train, nobody wanted to stand outside, so I was able to kind of stand outside the whole time, and it was like a roller coaster going up these beautiful mountains up into Canada. We actually went into Canada for a little second. We didn't get off the train, but it was still kind of fun. So it was beautiful. I would suggest doing the train ride if you are ever in Skagway. I think that's like the only thing to do in Skagway. Anyways, this was our Juneau trip. I'm sorry I'm bouncing around. Like I said, I wasn't too concerned about things being chronological. I just wanted to get all my stuff in there, and if I found a spot for it, great. So I put a picture of my boyfriend and I in front of the glacier, along with the, I don't know why I'm zoomed out, I'm sorry, along with like a little map of Juneau and some facts that came in the cruise pamphlet. So this is just a map, I think, of Juneau, and I thought it was so cute. The illustrations on it were adorbs, so I cut it apart. That's where the bear was from, and I also saved the map because it had these really cool black and white illustrations. But I just cut out those little border pieces, cutting out magazines, tickets, everything. Seriously, I collected every little piece of paper, every wrapper, everything on this trip. I shoved it all in my bag, and when I came home, I have all this stuff to work with. I can just layer it however I want. Normally, I would probably have liked to work on it on the ship, but with being seasick the first day, that kind of put a damper on the next few days. I didn't have my appetite, which sucks on a cruise because there is food 24/7 and it's delicious. And my boyfriend's parents, we like to eat, so we'll like go do something and then eat, go do something and then eat. So it was just kind of a bummer to lose my appetite the first day. Eventually I got it back, I think the last day, but it wasn't the same. So I didn't have as much time for crafting or anything else really that I would have liked, just because I was sick that first day. I snapped a quick picture of my boyfriend, so I put that in there. Another one of those little mocktail die cuts from SURPRZ, and then lots of just ephemera that I collected. There we go. I zoomed in again. A pamphlet. We didn't actually do this excursion per se, but we did go through the fjords, and I saw a bald eagle, which was gorgeous. They're just like flying around, just willy-nilly. We saw one like coming through the city. It was just gorgeous, right in front of, I think we were in Ketchikan, because they have all the totem poles, and it was very rainy, but they have this eagle totem pole, and we saw this like bald eagle flying in the distance behind it. It was amazing. So I'm struggling putting this pamphlet in there, and I'm just using clear tape. I really like clear tape. I love washi tape. I have a whole drawer full of washi tape. It's seriously a problem, but I didn't want to take up too much, and I didn't really want the pattern. So I love using clear packing tape for tip-ins or anything in my journal. Here's another little tip in. I just added kind of our luggage tags. I think this is what it was. One of them was from the airport and the other one was the port valet. If your cruise or if your airline offers port valet, please check into it. It is a game changer, lifesaver. Please check into it. It worked out very well for us. We had a little scare. We thought our luggage was going to end up in Phoenix, but it was seriously a lifesaver to not have to worry about your luggage. They take it from the boat straight on until you're home, and it arrives on, the baggage claim carousel. You don't have to worry about it at all once you get off the boat. And disembarking can be kind of a pain. We've gotten really lucky both times, and we've just been able to walk off. But port valet, definitely check into it. The cruise magazines that you can get on board, I'm sure you can order these online as well, because they're just, it's marketing. They're trying to sell you on these cruises. These have gorgeous pictures in them, so that's why I wasn't too concerned about taking my own pictures, because look at this gorgeous glacier picture, and it has Alaska on the top with our exact cruise inside passage. It's just awesome. So that's why I love collecting magazines. I'm kind of a hoarder. I always bring a backpack when I travel because it's full of like pamphlets and things that I collect. I even collected a key. I'm sure I stole somebody's like locker key and like messed up their day, but I like collecting all the stuff that I find on these trips. In this magazine, it also had like these beautiful pictures of the towns we visited. So Juneau, Skagway, Victoria, oh my God, Ketchikan. And it had these beautiful pictures of the towns with a little blurb about them and the kind of top excursion or top thing to do in that town. And I think 3 out of the 4 ports we actually did that thing, which was fun. And I loved all the excursions we did. Yeah, I did. That was amazing. So Ketchikan, we did the lumberjack show, which I was least looking forward to, but I actually had lots of fun. And my friends that we went on this cruise with, it was kind of an interesting story. How do I start this? I'm sorry. They were going on this cruise and they saw on my chalk wall that I had wrote Alaska 2019. My boyfriend and I didn't really have definite plans yet, but she's like, oh my goodness, we're going on a cruise to Alaska in 2019. I was like, that's amazing, send me the details. And I just kind of invited myself. And then last Christmas we went on a cruise with my boyfriend's parents, and so we extended the invitation to them, and it just turned into kind of all of us going. So it was really fun. So my friend and her husband and their parents, and then me, my boyfriend, and his parents kind of all went as an informal group, and we didn't stress about connecting, being in the same spot at every time, having dinner all the time. It's just too much to try and coordinate. You're stuck on a boat, so we ran into them all the time. Every morning at breakfast, we somehow ended up behind them, or when we disembarked on the boat, we just kind of walked off and they walked off right behind us. It was just perfect. So I really enjoyed this cruise. I know I kind of maybe not explained it the best, so please check out for the vlog if you want to see more of it. Like I said, maybe the next week or 2. This journal was just kind of a collection of all of the ephemera and the memories that I made on the cruise. These little stamped images were actually really sweet. I got them at my mixed media group. She brought in I think it was Tim Holtz or a Stampin' Up! Travel stamp set. And I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to Alaska next week. So I stamped out a bunch of these images and then I cut them out, and that's like the little pieces that I'm gluing in here and there. I'm flipping through, finding the best places. That galley tour was really fun. Oh my goodness, the dogs are barking. I'm so sorry. Was really fun. I think it kind of lost the edge for me though, because I work in food and beverage, so I'm like used to being behind the scenes, but it was still kind of cool to see the large scale which they have to cook and prepare all this food at. The only crafting I think that I did on this trip was this little charm that I made during one of their events. On sea days, or pretty much every day, they have activities ranging from like gambling activities, meet and greets, crafts, games, everything. They have something for everyone. So I was able to attend one of the craft sessions and I made this cute little charm, which I love. I think I'm going to add it to either my purse or my keychain or something. And you know, you get to craft with these cute ladies that are on the boat. So I wish I would have felt up to it to attend more of the events. And I think on the Carnival cruise, there were more events anyways. This one, they only had a few of them, and I know one of them, the quilling, was full up. So that one would have been fun, but I still really enjoyed making my little charm and hanging out with those ladies. But I think that's all I'm gonna do for this video. I might just flip through my completed pages and show y'all what I did. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. This book has turned into quite a little chunkster. This is my 7th insert, my 7th Traveler's Notebook insert. So that's why I put those little 7s on the front and added all of my little tickets and stuff that I wanted to collect but not glue down in that little pocket. Added some flip-ins. I have another spot to tuck more stuff in because my desk is still covered with stuff. This is the placemat that we got at the lodge, and it has all the information and these really cool illustrations of the whole lodge, which we got a tour of. Lots of pictures and pamphlets and just fun stuff that I collected on my trip. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This is a longer video, so I appreciate y'all hanging out. I had so much fun on this cruise. I can't wait for my next one or my next vacation. And yeah, thank you so much. Leave me a comment down below letting me know your favorite cruise or your favorite page in this journal. And I will see y'all in the next one. Like I said, subscribe if you want to see the whole travel vlog. That will be coming soon. Thank y'all.